So I'd like to finish this week about having a good, trader's mindset. You can talk yourself and say mantras, right? But mantras typically come from other people and they might make sense to you intellectually, but they might not necessarily resonate with you spiritually or emotionally, right? So when I wake up and say I expect to win, right? It's because I know after years and decades actually that I'm going to conjugate my behavior with my belief system. And job number one, even if you're hell bent as a speculator, balls to the wall, your number one job on any given moment is to play superior defense. So when I think of myself as a winner, right, because after, winning, all that kind of fun meme stuff, it really comes down to behavior. So let's take a look at it. You have a simulated model or you have real-time trading results. Say you have 40% winning percent, complement of that is 60, and you know that you're risking 1R and say you're making 4. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just putting numbers out there. When you put on a trade and lose, right, as long as you're following your rules, to me, that's winning because that's the best that you can do. And if I know I'm running a system or a set of rules that have positive expected value, I don't really care about any one particular trade. I just need to make sure that I'm finding every potential trade that meets the criteria that I need to put the risk on in the first place, and then do that time after time after time. Because on some level, when you think of expected value, it's what you're making on a trade on average, even though you're losing, right? So when you take a loss, it's like, okay, well, it's within model. I expect that. I expect to lose small losses 6 out of 10 times. But that's still winning behavior because I can't predict the outcome. The outcomes are probabilistic. What I can control is my behavior in the ever-evolving moment of now. So I don't see that as a dichotomy. I see that as just the nature of trading. It's kind of that easy. I don't look at losing money as losing behavior. You put that value on it yourself. I don't myself. You can do what you want. But I just know from again, decades of experience, you put trades on, you're going to lose. That's not losing behavior. Putting the trade on when you have the exact criteria that you need, your entry criteria, and not doing that, that's losing behavior. Adjusting your protective stop because you know the thing's going to bounce and you don't want to feel like an idiot if you get stopped and it comes back. That's losing behavior. That's what losing traders do. On some level too, not to sound critical, people who get stuck in to try to buy at support and sell at resistance, that to me is also losing behavior because those ranges are typically small potatoes and it keeps you being small. And so if you're trading small but yet you have these big grandiose financial goals, those two things are not congruent anymore. So that to me would be losing behavior because it comes down to what it is that you do or what you don't do. But losing money, which is part of the probabilistic outcome of things, is not losing behavior. It's a losing event, I suspect. But if you're hard and fast following your rules, that's the best thing that you can do, is to take every signal, so to speak. Right? So maybe that'll help you change the way you think about things and, not internalize taking, getting frustrated by lots of small losses, but then at the same time taking small gains, because you're looking at intraday divergences on very random data. You have a lot of thinking to do. You have to think like, what the hell are you doing this for? To me, I knew I needed to make money, not because I wanted to be George Soros, but again, because I didn't want to go back to where I came from. I wanted to shed that skin. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. These, hardworking people who do manual labor are salt of the earth. They built the country. It's just that I wanted something different for myself. I wanted to use my brain. And yes, you have to use your brain when you're skilled labor for sure. But I didn't have any equity in anything. And I didn't want to go being blue-collar despair where it was like I was a day player. And, I'd go to work, I'd get paid. If I didn't go to work, I didn't get paid. The opportunity cost was huge. And I had already proven to myself that I was really ready, willing, and able to work hard. So now I had to figure out, like, okay, now it's not about me doing stuff per se. It's about the mental side of it. Because now the stuff that I'm doing comes from my brain, not from walking behind a 3-foot bobcat cutting, I could cut an acre of property in 20 minutes and make it look good. So I got paid a lot of money to do that. I knew the game of golf. I started playing when I was 7. So that when I was going through school in college, as a caddy, I could play very well. I had under a 10 handicap, and I also knew, etiquette from being a waiter, right? So I knew how to handle myself on a course with really good golfers. I caddied for the club champ. That was very, very lucrative. His family owned Doral at the time. And so I knew how to play the game, but I was like, this is exhausting on so many levels because I have to worry about what everyone else is thinking when you're in the service economy. So I used that as motivation to change my behavior because I had to learn finance. I didn't know anything about investment finance. And as I said, in all humility, when I got to Wall Street, everything I thought I knew about it from the outside looking in was completely wrong. And it wasn't a big intellectual endeavor. I very quickly learned that it was a very spiritual and emotional endeavor. For traders, for consultative sales and financial advisors, FCs or whatever, their goals are different. They get paid to gather assets. They like to say that they're portfolio managers, but they're not really trained in that. They're trained in diversification, asset allocation, which is risk reduction, but it's not risk management. Big difference. Anyway, it's been a good week. I don't want to go on and on about this. If I missed something, which I can do, send it over and I'll address it again. And I appreciate you all being here. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Okay, everybody, thanks for being here. Please take a minute, like and subscribe to the show. You could also leave a comment. I don't have all the answers, so it's good to get some feedback. Also, if you would like to support the show, check out the links below. You can get the free audiobook of The Inner Voice of Trading, and also information about the course that I teach with Victor Sperandio. Thanks for being here, folks. I'll see you tomorrow.